G's on the belt, yeah, I'm feeling this girl, and I'm feeling myself.
Yes, we are back. 2G's in a pod, your mum's favorite duo, back in the studio again. What you saying, Andy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
This
man.
mic is at an awkward height. I'm just deeping it.
Bruv, you know, I almost said your mum's favorite studio in the intro.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. This mic is at an awkward height. I'm having to like.
You look mad. You look mad jokes right now, bro.
Because the thing is, when I put it up here, it was proper high, so I tried to angle it down, but I felt I would be like talking up into it like that. But it doesn't go any higher. So
Wait, it doesn't go any higher.
I don't know how to make it
I
go
have to
higher.
hold that, bro.
I'm just holding it like this. Anyway, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a sec. Hot sec.
I was Milan.
The Milan was jokes, bro. Milan was jokes. I told you, it's just me and Dwayne, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a mad romantic place to go with your boy. Mad romantic place to go with your boy.
At least it wasn't Valentine's Day with you. Remember when Shiji and Niraj went Budapest?
Oh,
On
Valentine's.
Valentine's weekend.
No, we went to the Georgia Smith concert for Valentine's, bro.
Yeah, but we came.
Listen, man, we're changing the game, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Valentine's is the day for the lads now.
But yeah, well, Milan was calm.
Yeah, Milan was nice, man. Like, fairly relaxing. Like, we went to a spa.
Oh yeah, you said yeah.
That was the nicest spa, man. Such a nice spa. Went to like Lake Como, which is like.
Is that in Milan?
Yeah, no, it's just outside. Outside.
Okay.
That's where people get married and stuff. They have weddings
Oh,
there.
swear.
Yeah.
You were just looking out like, oh.
Did you see the snap? I think I put it on my
You
Insta.
played like Frank Ocean or something.
I was playing Masego.
Yeah.
Masego, yeah.
I didn't know that was Lake Como.
That's Lake Como, bro. That was Lake Como. That was Peg. And we went to a club as well. Clubs in Milan are cool. Only thing with clubs in Milan, yeah, they seem mad risky. Like, so we went into this club. It was like a nice club.
Yeah.
Paid like around 30 euros for entry. So it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
It wasn't cheap at all. They didn't search us, bro.
Oh, sorry.
They didn't search us. They didn't ask for ID either.
They didn't ask for ID.
And they didn't search us. And I only clocked like after I was in the club.
Your ethics.
Bro, oh my god. Do you know how many people in Italy thought I was Arab? Like, I swear.
Bro, remember when you met my grandma? She said you look like you're from Iraq.
No, she said like Afghanistan or something.
Oh, sorry, is that
So
what she
she said you're Afghani. Like, so I remember I was sitting at like a cafe, in Como.
Yeah.
And the guy like comes up to like take our order, and he looks at me. He's like, "Uman?" He's like, "Egypt." Jordan.
Who like when they meet someone just starts.
Bro, that is so weird.
Reeling off countries
Morocco?
until you get the right one.
I was thinking, nah, mate, nah. He's like, where? I'm like, Trinidad. Dave's like, and I walked away. And then Dave's like, he does not know.
He's never heard of that.
They thought we were both Arab, bro. I remember we went to like a sandwich place, like on the first day we were there, and we're like looking at the menu, and then the guy's like showing it to us. He's like, "Oh, this section, you guys can't have this one, right?"
Oh,
and we were like, "Yeah," but obviously we both eat pork, so I was like, "But why? What's wrong with this section?" He said, "No, it's not possible to order these ones today." Like, no pork, right? I was thinking. Nah, big man. Even though technically, like, I shouldn't eat pork.
Oh yeah.
Based on being a Jew, but
you're not one of them.
Yeah. I'm not a non-pork eater, but yeah, bro. That holiday was good. It was very good. Yeah.
I need a holiday as well. I mean, obviously I'm doing Ghana on Christmas, like, because my sister's going to Ghana on Saturday for 2 months. And it's funny because like when they booked her flights and stuff, like had I known that I still wouldn't have a job now, I would have gone as well. But I kind of assumed that I would have found something by now. So I'm kind of like, damn. I mean, because I'm deep in here. This country is just shit. From October to February in particular.
Yeah.
In general, this country is dead. But like March to September is alright. Like
It's
warm.
December as well is okay. December as well because you got like Christmas.
I haven't done December here in years, man. Literally.
You're missing the only good month of winter.
Really?
It's Winter Wonderland, bro.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Take a
yeah,
babes,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
have fun.
yeah.
Then you got like South Bank, which is like,
What happens on South?
bro, South Bank's really nice at
So-
Christmas time. They have like all the stands up,
Oh, okay.
so you can get like mulled wine, you can get like hot chocolates,
Okay.
you get like churros. Yeah, it's pink.
Ice skating. I rate
Ice skating.
I love
as
ice skating.
well.
You know, I feel like in the past life I was like a figure skater, cause I'm sick. You know, I'm actually sick.
You know what? It's not very related. I mean, ice skating dates are less common, but that you know that meme I sent of the bowling thing?
Oh
Where it's like, sir, man, are too good at bowling.
You must be a hoe.
Yeah.
Did you go on to this?
There's certain activities that I've just never done like without a girl. Like
Okay, like ice skating.
like ice skating for me, I haven't actually gone ice skating just for fun.
Okay.
Cause I don't really like skating, bro.
Why you just feel like not balanced? Or?
Yeah, man. It's just I'm not on the floor. Like
I'm not stable.
my feet are not touching solid ground.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So I've never really been a big fan.
No, I really enjoy ice skating. It was funny actually. Like, so this time last year, maybe a bit later, but you know they have the ice skating rink at the Natural History Museum, which is obviously like a 5-minute walk from the office. So I planned like a Felix social to go ice skating, and then on the day no one wanted to back it, and I was like, man, I'm going ice skating.
Yeah.
So I rode on my ones, like, well, not on my ones because other people like from the union were going. I had to go with them, and I never planned to go with them. So I had to like, I basically just did my own thing for an hour on the ice rink, just on my ones, and it was sick, man. It's probably relaxing, like just going around and.
See, maybe for you because you're good. For me, that's not a relaxing experience,
you
bro.
feel like you're gonna fall.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm just mad shaky,
Yeah.
trying to hold on to people, bro.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
I remember. Did you ever go to that place in Vauxhall, the rollerblading thing, like disco rollerblading?
Nah, my sister went the other day actually.
Swear,
Oh,
does that still exist?
Yeah, I don't know if it's in Vauxhall, but there's a roller disco thing.
Because that was the move back in the day. Like, so many people had their birthday parties there.
I've done like rollerblading birthday parties, but I don't know if it was a roller disco type of thing.
Yeah,
Because this one is a bit different. I think it's like aimed at like our age kind of thing.
Yeah. I remember I went there with a girl.
Yeah.
Well, no, not with a girl. I was rollerblading with a girl.
Yeah.
These were back in college times, yeah. And like, she like did the maddest like split. She like completely fell, and it was like whilst we were like linked together. So I was there like, bro, don't take me down with you. And then I was cussing her for hell long afterwards about the incident. Apparently she damaged her ligaments. Like,
What you say?
fam, that made the incident even funnier. I don't care, bro. If I saw her today, I would still laugh at that.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so yeah, we're doing an event.
Yeah.
Um,
Big one.
a big one, yeah. Like, you know what's crazy? I hadn't really thought of it as like our event until like recently. Then I was like, damn, this is like our first. It's almost like a live podcast, if you think about it. Because we're doing what we would do on a podcast. So I'm gonna count it as that. It's a live podcast event, which is sick because it's the first time we're doing that. And yeah, like basically, so it's on Saturday, 6:30 until 9:30, or until about 9. It's at Imperial, and it's part of their like Black History Month thing as well, because they're doing. This is the first year they're doing it. It's like a Black History Month offering the union. This is the first time the union's putting on a series of events for Black History Month. And yeah, I thought it would be a dope opportunity to do something for Black History Month, and also to mark the official release of a magazine which we produced last year when I was working there. Just before I finished working there, produced a magazine called What Do You Call It, where we celebrate grime and Black British music, and sort of I guess have like a wider discussion about like how Black British music, or how music has impacted Black British culture, and how grime in particular, because I guess grime is probably you could argue it's like the biggest Black British cultural export, in the world. So I thought, well, I mean, yeah, there's an argument for that. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to discuss that. We did that in the magazine, and with the event, we're gonna have a panel of people discussing that, followed by performances and stuff. So yeah, I'm proper excited. I'm kind of nervous. I'm getting like the closer it gets, like the more nervous I'm getting.
Bro, but the thing is, I don't even know how it's gonna go. You know them ones. Just
It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. Like everyone I've told that, oh, this is gonna be sick. So
it should be live. It should be live.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not like it's gonna be sick. I'm not letting like any negative thoughts come in my mind in it. But yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. But
No, I just don't. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna go. As in, like, I've never done something like that before.
Yeah.
As in, like, I've spoken to groups of people before, but I've never had a conversation with people in front of a group of people.
I've never done that either. Yeah.
So
But
it's just an
calm.
interesting one, isn't it? It's an interesting
It's
one.
calm. Like they're there to watch. So it's not like they're gonna be sat there like, oh, bro, why are these men chatting? That's why you came to the event. So, but yeah, yeah, I thought for this episode it would be good for us to decide the questions we're gonna ask, or we could discuss the questions we're gonna ask.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's discuss it.
So almost to give you lot a behind the scenes into how we came up with the question. But anyway, so the way the event is gonna go is obviously doors open 6:30. We've got DJing. We'll be spinning some grime, some Black British music and stuff, and UK stuff for about half an hour as people get settled and stuff. Then we're gonna start. Oh, I didn't tell you. Ife, I don't. You've met her, I think. But Ioande's friend is presenting the event. I forgot to tell you.
I swear.
Yeah, so she's gonna present and stuff, which is sick because she's proper bubbly and everything. And then we're just gonna do the panel, which kind of takes a lot of weight off our shoulders.
Oh, then it's
it's a lot more calm.
It's
you know what I mean?
chill for
Yeah, I can relax a bit because.
Are you gonna introduce the magazine though?
Yeah. So she's gonna host the event basically. Then she'll call me up. I'll be like, give a quick intro about the magazine. Discuss, how the magazine came about, like how I had the idea for it, the different influences that are in the magazine, stuff like that. So we're gonna discuss all that, and then we'll kick off the panel. And we'll see how things go from there. Like for a panel should be about 40-45 minutes of room for Q&A and everything. You right?
Whose playlist is this?
I made it time. You know when I made this one? When Shiji came on, like it must have been like our 6th or 7th episode. So like 2 years ago.
You made this playlist?
Yeah. Remember when we chatted UK, but his mic was off the whole time?
Oh. Did you put all these songs on this?
It was a mix that we all did. What's up?
Because I used to listen to this song a lot. I just wondered like,
It might have been you that
and
did
I'm
it.
thinking like, this Big H song is there. I'm thinking,
It might have been you.
I
that
must
did
have
that
put this one on.
No, we did it as like a collab thing.
Okay.
We don't remember.
Bro, it was a long time ago.
Oh man. But yeah, like what was I saying?
Yeah, sorry man, I got completely
This
distracted.
guy.
The magazine, how it came
Oh yeah,
about.
and well, I mean, so basically, the way the thing that kind of sparked that idea in my mind was, do you remember back in first year, Joe El Caddy on our course?
Yeah.
He because obviously he loves music as well, but he didn't grow up in London, so he didn't grow up in the UK, so he doesn't really know much about the UK scene, but he likes what he hears, and he was asking me like, oh, what's the UK scene? I was like, bro, that's a mad question.
Yeah.
It's difficult to there's not like a one word answer for it, or like a quick answer to what's the UK scene and stuff. There's so many different types of music coming out of the UK right now.
Yeah.
But I was like, and it kind of sparked the idea in my mind, like to do an event, or to do a magazine where it kind of charts the history of it to an extent. So starting from grime, obviously there was Black British music before that, but I think grime is the one that stuck till now and stuff. So discussing that, and that was kind of like the idea behind the magazine, and talk about the influences and stuff like that.
Talking about questions, yeah. I thought there's an interesting question of does all Black British music come under grime? Like, is grime another way to say Black British music now? Because I know obviously it was originally just like a genre, but now like there's a lot of artists that are not doing grime who are called grime artists.
Yeah. So in the magazine, I made it like a point not to use it as an umbrella term to refer to just Black British music. I would say grime and Black British music because although I would say, and I mentioned this in the thing as well, I would say a lot of them you could say are almost like offshoots of grime, or like subsidiaries or whatever you want to call it, like genres that were birthed like through grime. You're right, like a lot of it is just not grime. So to call them grime kind of does grime a disservice.
You think? Because there's one book by this guy, I can't remember his name. It's like about grime. It's like breaking down grime's history by like chapter by chapter. Each chapter is one song.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he's like discussing different songs and like
how they impact
grime, like what they mean in terms of like UK culture, London culture, the time they was released, etc. So not all grime songs. Like he has like some dancehall tunes in there as well from like just talking about the origins. I think he has like some jungle as well. But I
mean, we mentioned jungle in the magazine too.
Yeah, we did. But I it's just that like, so in his eyes, everything, like all of these, everyone would be a grime artist. Like as in Krypton Conan, like he talks about the "Don't Waste My Time" song. That's one of his chapters, but he refers to them as grime artists. Whereas I would refer to them more as rap artists.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they don't make grime music. They have done like grime tunes before, but they don't make grime music. I would say when it really depends, because you can use the terms interchangeably when you're talking about like grime culture, which is almost like London culture to an extent.
Yeah, I think that's so like
you can
the way I was looking at it.
You can use it interchangeably, because if someone says a grime artist, or like say someone says grime rapper Dave, like obviously if you listen to grime, you know Dave doesn't make grime. He has made grime tunes before, but he doesn't. His music, if you listen to his album, it's primarily not grime. He doesn't make grime music, but he's part of the culture, if you want to call it that. So it's like it really depends if in that guy's magazine or whatever he's trying to distinguish between. He's actually saying like grime MC as in somebody that spits on 140 BPM.
Yeah, no, he's not talking about grime MCs, but he's talking about grime.
Yeah.
As a, I guess as a culture.
Yeah.
I guess as a culture.
But you're right. That's definitely a good. Question to ask him. But yeah, I mean, so the way I wanted to break it down during the event was to break it down through just like as the magazine is broken down. So obviously the first thing I wrote an editorial, like what is grime. So I'm gonna ask them like either ask them what is grime, or ask them what does grime mean to you, or like Black British music mean to you, kind of thing. So just getting their perspectives on what they think about, like just so that, because obviously before you start a discussion about something, you kind of have to define what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So just to make sure everyone's on the same page. So I wanted to start with that, and then what's that? We did like the history of grime. I guess how many questions do you ask about that? To be fair.
Politics of grime, right?
Yeah, that was later on. Oh yeah, so we did the history of grime, then we broke it down into the major influences of like the current scene. So like obviously garage influenced grime.
You know what's mad? Have you read what's that book? The one with like it's like black hardback book.
Yeah, the picture on the front is Dizzy. Stormzy. Yeah.
You know how many grime artists don't credit garage for
really?
the birth of grime? Yeah, like a lot of them say no, it's not garage.
I mean, it definitely isn't garage.
No, as in like it's not garage that like led to grime.
Oh, they credit like jungle more.
Yeah,
I mean, we spoke about jungle too.
They say that it was like, because when did garage become big? Like when did garage start becoming?
It was like 99 to 2002 kind of thing, when it was proper popping. That's when like I wrote it down. That's when Artful Dodger and Craig David got a number 2 in the UK charts in '99 with Rewind. That's a garage tune. It was around that time, like late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
basically.
Because I think there's quite a few grime artists who are like garage. We made grime like, as in when we were making grime, it was going against garage. Like
That's true as well. Yeah,
wasn't based on
yeah. Because
garage.
a lot of it was when they started like when they made grime, or when grime started like was born. It was garage DJs or garage DJs and stuff, garage events wouldn't want MCs in there and stuff. So it was like almost in protest to that a lot of grime came about, I think. But I mean, the way I see it, like obviously there's different. You with something like a genre of music, you can't just credit like one place that.
Yeah, no,
started.
100%.
I mean, it's not like you can just like turn it on and be like, yeah, this is grime. Like,
Yeah,
but,
100%. I just find it interesting that like there's so many grime artists who are like, nah.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't credit garage with this. With this.
I mean, I think does Wiley credit garage? Because Wiley's like SKB kind of thing right at the start, like 2002, 2003 times. It's like for me that's when it's like it's very clear there's a difference here.
Yeah.
People started going with that.
Yeah, does he credit garage? I don't.
That's why he calls himself the Godfather. Really.
Yeah, I'd have to read the book again, but I can't remember. I don't think he did. I don't think he was.
Mm.
I mean, that book itself was like kind of just trashing garage a bit, but
The book
there are some artists that like. I know that Chip has a few lines where he's like, "It's the same culture, garage and grime."
he's the same.
Same culture.
Oh,
Not same music, but
Yeah.
same culture. But I've just heard like the sentiment from a lot of people that they're very different, and that the garage didn't influence grime, which I'm not saying is true. But it's just interesting to hear that said a lot.
Yeah, fair enough, man. I mean, we could definitely get into that. We could get into that and chat about it and see what they have to say. One thing about the panel, like I wanted quite a diverse, like range of opinions and stuff. So we've got obviously Lemzy, who's a rapper. Ola the comedian. I shouted him because I saw he did a comedy set. Like I think he was at Edinburgh Fringe Festival or something. He did a set where he was like he was just talking about how like the culture's been commoditized, but he was making jokes about it. But that was another question I wanted to ask about as well. UK or like black culture. He was talking specifically like UK, and I think he mentioned hip hop as well. But he was talking about how he's been commoditized. And remember, you brought up how Nike's making Black History Month merch or whatever.
No, black culture has been bruv. Nike pissed me off, because like after that England match, I'm sure they put out something like re-promoting their Black History Month t-shirts again.
Oh, well, after the racist.
Yeah.
Racist
Something about like we stand together or something like that. I was just
copper shirt. We stand together by some merch.
Just thinking, fuck off, Nike. Like this is not the time or the place for you to be like promoting your merch.
Yeah, I mean they're smart though. To be fair.
I mean this whole thing, like the Nike thing. People were originally saying it from the Colin Kaepernick advert.
Yeah, I remember.
People were saying it from that.
Yeah.
Which that one wasn't as blatant to me. I think for me with that one, I was like, because he's getting a check from it.
Yeah.
So I was like, fair enough, the guy deserves a check.
Yeah.
But no one's getting a check from this.
Nike,
yeah. So I feel kind of differently about this one.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, black culture has been commoditized for sure. I don't know about grime.
So the thing is, I don't want the event to be too focused on grime, even though the magazine is heavily focused on grime. I want it to be more, which is why we put in Black History Month, because the way I see it, grime and Black British music or whatever is a big part of Black British culture, and it's like, if you're going to talk about Black British culture, you can talk about black culture being commoditized without focusing on grime.
Okay, then you could definitely say that black culture has been commoditized. Whole like fashion sense of Europe is based on black culture.
Yeah.
Like the whole street fashion sense.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole street fashion or whatever it is.
Urban, and like that's another thing that I was going to bring up as well. Like, because I don't really like when they call black music urban music. I can understand why they'll call it urban in certain places because like the word black seems to have some sort of negative connotation to it. But when you do that, you kind of how do I explain? When you call it urban and put it as like an umbrella term, urban, you kind of make it that like it's a cool thing to be urban, and it's like without actually looking at what is being discussed and what you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm explaining it.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like urban is seen as like sort of modern. It's seen as sort of cool, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it's like an urban district
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's kind of like new, cool,
And
flashy.
it's just it opens up for. I think it opens it up further for like outsiders, I guess, if you want to call it that, to like commoditize the culture because it's like, all right, people see this thing is cool and edgy. Let's make T-shirts with all this stuff and then sell it, or you know what I mean. Rather than actually seeing, and I don't know, it's a difficult one, especially with the Nike thing, because it's like, it's a bit like the point I made when we discussed the Colin Kaepernick deal ages ago. It was like, it's Nike, like, you know, their job isn't to like fight for social action. Their job is to make money by selling shoes and T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, but then if you capitalizing off social action, you're putting yourself in a position where it's like now you seem to be saying that you want to be held accountable for this stuff.
Do you think so?
I mean,
because if they're capitalizing on it, I think it's just them. They're capitalizing on it because they see an opportunity to make money.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna put like Colin Kaepernick as like the face of a campaign, then you are now involved. Like you can't just now say like no, that's no, like this is not our concern. Like if something now pops up with regards to like police brutality in America and Nike are silent, then I'm like.
But they have been silent since, because there's been police brutality in America since Colin Kaepernick signed. And it's not like they tweet something every time.
But there you go then. That's like.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I mean, no, I understand what you're saying. Like, as in, I'm sure they didn't do it because they were feeling like social activists. I'm sure they did it because they wanted to sell T-shirts and shoes and whatever else they wanted to sell. But I'm just saying, you can't just, from a moral standpoint, you can't really just use it to sell and then say like that now we're done with that. Like that's no longer our concern.
But I do get what you mean. But then, like you said, like from a moral standpoint, it's like. Since when did businesses?
Alright, so what I'm saying is they shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And like I think they should be held accountable for things related to it in the future if you're gonna use it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear that.
So if Nike released like a Black History T-shirt and then a week later there's like racist chants at an England football match, then Nike should be coming out with a statement, no? I mean, I don't know if they have done that or not, but like in my mind,
they did after the game. They tweeted it.
They didn't come out with a statement though. They just like I just saw the advert of it. So like,
yeah, I don't know. It's a funny one. We'll discuss it on the thing. I reckon we can get a range of opinion on that. Because I was saying who else was on the panel. There's Lemzy, Ola the comedian. JB, who's he's been on the show before. He's Sam Henshaw's keyboardist, and this girl called Izin. She's a journalist. Because there's one thing as well, like even if you're talking just like music, the culture, whatever you want to call it, it's not just the artists that are in it. Like there's the consumers as well, the commentators, all that kind of stuff. So it's like getting the opinion of them.
Yeah.
And Nia Ray, who's a presenter, I met her at Strawberries and Cream, she's on the panel as well, so getting like a cool range of opinions, and you know different input from people like involved in different, like because we've got two people that are actually artists in it, and then I guess the other three you could say are like involved in it but primarily are consumers of it, and we're consumers of it, so getting their opinion,
range of opinions,
So but yeah, we'll discuss jungle. Garage. To me, those are the two major influences.
Jungle. I mean, there's a lot like electronic music in general.
Yeah, and like Caribbean music as well.
Yeah, dancehall.
Actually, maybe not just Caribbean music, but even just Caribbean culture in general. Like, what you guys wrote about, like how, even if you look at the slang and stuff, how how much like patois, isn't it? So
The sound system culture.
exactly
as
that
well.
too. Yeah,
The clashing culture.
yeah. That's all coming like straight out of the Caribbean and stuff. So we'll discuss that. And I included a bit about Afrobeats because I'd say there's a heavy influence in the current scene.
Yeah, there definitely
to
is.
do with Afrobeats.
There definitely is.
So we've got a bit about talking about just how like Afrobeats right now, and then also they did like a distinction between there were an article of a distinction between like Afrobeat, which is the original like Fela Kuti influenced style of music, and Afrobeats or Afrofusion, whatever you want to call it, which is more like the modern kind of thing now. Which I didn't even realize there was a distinction, which is like it kind of goes to that point that like if you're gonna be an active consumer of it, like it's important to sort of not do the history. Like it's not like they expect you to read a history book about Afrobeats every time you listen to a song, but like to understand where the influences come from.
Yeah. I mean, then it's a whole thing of like, because you have casual listeners, you have like music connoisseurs.
Yeah.
And then you have, but I feel like in between there are people who would consider themselves part of a culture, but they wouldn't like go back and do the history.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, you don't have to. No one's saying you have to, but I think it's more like. I think the point that they were making. I can't remember what the article said, but I think the point that they were making is that for the people that are like actively in it, so musicians, even like podcasters, people that comment on it a lot or make that type of music, they should make it a point to educate their fan base or make it a point to just mention, to show appreciation to the influences that have come before. So that was an interesting thing. We can chat about that. We had a bit about the link between hip hop and UK grime.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of people, it's been mistaken that like grime is like hip hop with a UK accent basically. Especially in America, that's a lot of people don't see that grime is a genre in itself. It doesn't have the same influences as hip hop at all.
Yeah. No, that's 100%.
Yeah, a lot of people see it as like if someone's rapping on a beat, then it's hip hop, which isn't the case. So discussing that.
But there is some like there is some inspiration taken from hip hop. As in like I feel like
we mentioned that. Yeah.
I feel like at this point the two seem to be overlapping a lot more. Like there's elements of like maybe not exactly grime, but Black British music in general that are definitely being taken by US hip hop.
Really low.
Just the move towards like flowing on more Afrobeat style of tunes.
Okay. Yeah, no,
more like yeah, and also like I mean, US rappers have always been able to rap double time.
Yeah,
but like I remember there's that Rick Ross song that came out in 2016 or something, which is basically a Section Boys tune. I don't know if you remember that song. It's literally a Section Boys tune.
Oh, what's it called? I can't remember what that song's called.
But it is a Section Boys tune, like. So I don't know, man.
It sounded like Trappin' Ain't Dead.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like Trappin' Ain't Dead.
What project did he drop in 2016? Did he drop one in 2016? Was it like a Lucy?
No, it was a project. It was on a project. Oh wait, no, it was a third project with the Rick Ross feature. Oh, it's an ASAP Ferg song. It's an ASAP Ferg song.
Oh, on Always Driving Prospect.
Yeah, it's an ASAP Ferg song. It's not a.
Yeah. I forgot what that song's called,
but whole ASAP. That's a banger, bro. The whole of ASAP Mob has like always taken some UK European influence, even if you're not just talking about like music, just in their fashion sense as well.
That's from the UK.
It's partly it's from New York, like, but definitely like these guys do take elements from the UK as well, 100%.
I mean, they definitely. What do you mean? I see like that they always show love to the UK, especially ASAP. Like Rocky used to live in London. Like, he had a place in London for a bit.
Yo, is Rihanna still living in London, by the way?
I don't know, because the video she posted the other day are not. That's not London. Yeah, she's somewhere.
She might be on holiday though.
Yeah. I didn't see her at Carnival. I'm still upset about that. So upset. I don't think she went to Carnival. I might have to go to the bar.
She
I
must
might have to go to the Barbados one. Catch her, you know?
Actually, yeah, she's always at that one.
Would that be a bit mad if I went all the way to Barbados just on the off chance of
To see
seeing her?
Rihanna. Wouldn't it be that? No, you know
I wouldn't
what
say
you need to
George
go,
would
bro?
think it should be.
Rihanna's.
I went to the Sainsbury's in St. John's Wood. Like,
The Sainsbury's.
she had a Sainsbury's bag in her place. That's how people knew.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
Wait,
I did my research. Right?
wait, is that what people were saying? That's why she's in.
That's how they, as in that's like what confirmed that she's in the UK because she had a Sainsbury's bag in the back of like one of her pictures or videos or something.
You know, there's a lot of US artists that like just randomly come to the UK for a bit of time and just live here.
Really?
Yeah, like Frank Ocean was living here for some time.
Really?
Jay-Z was even living in London for some time.
Oh, that was time ago.
Yeah, time
That
ago,
was
time
like-
ago.
That was
But-
like 03. Something like that.
No, that was even longer back than that, bro. That was when he still had the fade, bro. Man had hair. But like, there's a lot of artists that just come out here for a bit.
Yeah. It's wavy. I told you between March and September, it's wavy. The other 6
Yeah.
months, dead.
I'm telling you, December is that 1 month of light in a period of darkness.
I prefer December in Ghana.
December
I might,
goes from,
yeah,
man.
I might.
I don't know. I
December.
never spent December in a warm place actually. I don't know how.
You know, I never used to like it because I was so used to having Christmas in the cold place. And to be fair, Christmas in Ghana is just not the same as it was here. Just because I don't know, it always feels weird singing carols and stuff like, and it's hot.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Oh wait, I did Christmas in India last year. I was in a hot place. That was a weird Christmas, bro. It's a strange Christmas, man.
What happened?
It was just really weird, like, because obviously it's not even a Christian country, so it's not like it's
Yeah,
a big
they don't-
holiday. We had to like search for ages to find somewhere that was doing like a Christmas brunch.
Okay.
And then we went there, it was nice, like they had good food, they had music and stuff. But then like afterwards we went to like a swimming pool and then had like drinks and stuff in the heat, just blasting music, which is just so unnatural to
Yeah,
me.
it's not-
Or
it's not
like
Christmas.
yeah, strange on that. I think I got a snap on. I think I took a post on my Instagram from that time. There's like me walking like across a pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gotta do one, you know.
Yeah.
Had the waves at that time.
Nah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we saying again? Oh yeah, about the link between hip hop and UK music. Obviously with artists like Drake, Kanye when he came over, we talked about his when he came over to perform at the Brits and he brought out like everything on the scene.
Yeah.
So was that there was Drake and his Section Boy show when he came out of the Section Boy show.
Yeah.
So we discussed like basically bits where, because obviously like I think even though grime has not been directly influenced by hip hop in the same way it has by like garage or jungle or stuff like that, like you can definitely see that there are some influences, especially where
Yeah, 100%.
if you look at hip hop as the prominent black music form or even art form, if you want to call it that. But if you look at hip hop as the prominent black art form in America, then as a parallel, grime would be that in the UK.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the thing is, to be fair, right? Like, if you grow up in London, you will listen to hip hop.
yeah,
So if you're talking about the people who are making music now, like the younger generation at least, who they would have grown up on both grime and hip hop.
yeah.
So like it's impossible that
You can,
wouldn't have influenced their
yeah.
music at all. Of course it would have influenced their
And
music.
it's impossible to like divorce the two, like separate the two.
Yeah.
Because
So I remember there was an interview with J Hus like after he released his first album, and he was talking about like how a lot of those tunes on there were more inspired by like 50 Cent style rap
Really?
than like obviously he was still inspired by UK stuff as well, but he was saying like that like my favorite artists growing up were like 50 Cent, etc. And a lot of the songs that I made on the album like take a little bit from that. But I think his album is one of the clearest ones where you could just see like a blend of
different
just
genres.
different genres, like
We
kind of
can
that is kind of like what I would say is like someone who has grown up in the UK, like that
it's
is
like the London sound. Isn't it?
yeah. It's like it's got dancehall, you got Afro beats, you got like grime, you
It's
got
like
hip
a
hop.
proper melting pot.
Yeah, which is
Basically what we're trying to celebrate with the magazine anyway. So yeah, we discuss that. Discuss. I did like a little 2-page thing about the history of hip hop's relationship with the Black Power movement. I don't know if we want to like focus on that because it's like a lot of people don't know about it. So
about what the Black Power movement or about
the
hip hop
history, yeah,
or about
like,
the interlinking of the
yeah,
two.
and it's like it might lose people if we're just discussing something that no one knows about. Like,
Yeah,
so I need
yeah.
to read about it first. And then, spoke about in the magazine we've got a bunch of interviews with female artists and DJs and stuff that I met when I went to Strawberries and Cream, and asking them about what they think about I guess operating in an industry that is like so male dominated in the sense that all the A&Rs are men. You know, like not all of them, but like record label heads, that kind of stuff, they're all like men. So what it's like being a woman in that industry. So yeah, we can ask them about that.
Yeah.
And then the one I think it'll be interesting to get into this one, maybe not too deeply, but about Graham's relationship with politics. I think I don't know because I don't want to start chatting about politics too much because personally I don't know that much about politics to be posting a panel on politics, but discussing Graham's relationship with politics.
Yeah, I mean it's like definitely in some context like it's a political genre. Just not in terms of what people are saying, but in terms of the origins of the genre itself.
I think also in terms of what people are saying.
But I'm saying not everyone is saying like political things, right?
But that's the thing. Like, do you call like somebody voicing their unrest like about anything is a form of political activism?
Yeah. I was talking.
So they might not be talking about a policy or anything like that. But if they're talking,
if you're talking about like if you're telling stories about how you grew up or like what you see in your life, etc., that's political. Not everyone's doing that, innit? Like,
that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, no. There's definitely a lot of political content in grime. But if you just like the genre was born partly out of unrest, like so out of people who were wanting to rebel against like the system that they felt was like not working for them. Yeah. So yeah, you can't like separate it from politics. I don't think like it will always be political.
And definitely like even just the essence of grime in the sense of like the aggression behind grime and stuff, that's all born out of people. It's a bit like when they talk about the like drill debate, whether drill should be banned or whatever, should be censored, and they always say like these are people talking about like their lived experience. So it's like you can't
censor life.
Yeah, exactly. You can't silence them. This is their outlet talking about their lived experience. So if you were to make their lived experience better, then they wouldn't make music as violent, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a bit similar. Like grime is people discussing, like talking about where they. So the what is said in grime is all born out of like where the people grew up and that kind of stuff. So it's like. That in itself is political, even if what they're talking about isn't.
Yeah, that's true. No, that is true.
But yeah, I think that would be an interesting thing to ask. I'm trying to think of like how to actually phrase these questions because I can't do like a 10-minute ramble and be like, "Yes, what you meant to say." Yeah, but I guess this week I can think of how to phrase the question.
Yeah, we'll come up with some precise gems.
Yeah, and then obviously. Like what we were talking about, the whole use of the term urban to sort of as an umbrella term. We can ask them about that because I asked a bunch of people that when I went to Strawberries and Cream, Blackness, Banks, and people like that, like just talking about what they think about the fact that it's black music, but it's not owned by black people. If that, I don't know if you can how you can even say like ownership of a culture or ownership of a genre, but
in regards to urban or in regards to
even if you want to call it urban music, black music, whatever you want to call it, like when I say it's not owned by us, I mean the people that make the most money off of the music that we make is like all the record labels are owned by white people, you know, that kind of stuff. So that I think that would be an interesting thing to discuss because it's like they've taken ownership. Well, if you want to call it like financial ownership, but they've taken ownership in that sense.
I mean, yeah, they have.
It's the same as with hip hop as well in America.
The thing is, yeah, because there was that thing that Wiley put out about these should be the UK record labels as well, right? He put that thing out. But my thing was always, did we discuss that, no?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
My thing was always like, it's so difficult because ideally you would want that, like you would tell people that's what we should be trying to get to. But you're also like telling people to take a pay cut.
I think it's less like Wiley's thing is a bit of an extreme because it's basically telling people to be independent or to start their own record labels and stuff. Whereas I think it's more that it should be the case that there's more of a space for black ownership in UK music. If we're talking just UK, like I'm talking in general, like if you include hip hop as well, like there should be more space for black ownership. So the biggest labels shouldn't be, or all the labels that everybody signed to shouldn't be all white labels when it's our music.
I mean, but there's only two. I don't know. In my head, there's only two ways to do it, right? Either you like convince the boards of these record labels to hire like
more diverse,
more black people as like in leadership positions, which if they were going to do that, then those people would need to have like a proven track record, because otherwise they're just not going to do it. And like, I mean, I'm sure there are people with that track record, but like it's going to be harder to get them all into those positions, and even if they are in those positions, it's still like a white owned business. Like the music industry is not going to suddenly become black owned overnight. The other way would be for people to start their own labels, which is independence, right? And then take all the artists that are making music and like take them towards those labels. Eventually those will then grow to be, but it will take some time, do you know what I mean? So you would have to take a pay cut. Which you could have convinced some people to do. I just don't think you can convince all people to do. And like, I don't know, man, I can't blame people for saying no to a pay cut. I can't blame them. That's their prerogative.
I think that's the thing as well. I think it's I think what I meant was with Wiley's thing, it's like you're putting the onus on the artists or the black people in the thing, whereas it shouldn't be looked at as, and which is a similar thing because it's like you're saying to them like, oh, you should take a pay cut to do this, and that's not what it should be.
So you're saying that there should be more people in high positions in the music industry who are like
and just getting people's opinions on it. I think Ola will have a good like something good to say about it because I'm trying to remember what his comedy said was. I can't remember. I think he was talking about like he went to America or something, and it was an event. It was a similar thing. There was like a panel discussing hip hop, and there were no black people on the panel.
I mean, that just doesn't make any sense.
And then he was talking about that, or something like that, and
that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it was funny, and then obviously like hip hop is, like I said, it's like a black art form, but it's like it's inclusive. So like white people make hip hop music, white people like work in hip hop, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But like you said, it doesn't make sense for a panel to have no black people in it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, something like that can happen, and it's a similar thing about how, remember when Ed Sheeran got voted the most influential black music artist or urban music artist? Not black, but brother, it happened. It was in I think this is the start of Wiley and his beef, you know. Honestly, because I think he got it was when the Mobos were making their thing. He won like best male like at the Mobos, so music of black origin. He won like best male artist of the year or something like that. He was up against like Skepta, Stormzy, or I can't remember who he was up against, but he won it. And he won something else whereas it's like the most influential thing. And then this is what Wiley was saying, is like, how can a man who was influenced by us be heralded as our influence when? And it's like things like that can only occur when you do things like refer to the genre as urban and almost like erase the black part of it, and try and make it like, oh, it's cool and trendy. Then that's when the credit doesn't go where the credit's due, because people forget that, you know, Wiley was doing it since '03.
So say you switch it to black music though, like say you don't call it urban, and you call it black music. Ed Sheeran can make black music, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, so then can he win an award for it?
That's the thing as well. Like, I think he can win an award for it. I don't think there's anything wrong with him winning an award for it. But there's certain awards that it just shouldn't go to. Like the best art.
He can win a MOBO though. Like
you can win a MOBO. I think
most influential artists is a bit. That's a bit mad.
You know what I mean? Yeah, when it's that, then I'm like, you can't be the most. You physically can't be the most influential. But yeah, I don't know. It's but it's an interesting one. I think it would be cool if we get all their opinion on it as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
There was I included that thing with all the best MCs from each area. So we can chat about that. And this as well. I saw an interesting tweet the other day. What was it? So the tweet says, "I really wish the discourse around the cement ceiling for black artists in British arts and media, or London if we're being specific, would advance beyond black people in the UK, London. Don't want to see you succeed, and everyone in the US loves us." And I think, like, the reason I thought that was interesting is because, so we mentioned about basically the state of the UK music scene right now, and talking about how artists like LMA had to leave the UK and go to America for a bit for her to blow, and she got Grammys or whatever. And basically just the fact that there's a lot of artists that are shown more love in
the States.
In the States or just outside of the UK. Like they and I mean Whisper spoke about it when we had him on. It's like in the UK he sees it that like if you don't fit into like a certain box, like, oh, you're a grime or you're this or you're that, then it's like they don't really know where to put you, how to market you, kind of thing. So then you kind of just get brushed aside, which I think it'll be interesting to get people's opinion and see what they think, because I do think it's definitely like the case that there's a lot of artists that get a lot more love in the, like, if we talk just mainly the US, because that's really the big market for our music outside of the UK.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists that get a lot more love there than over here. And like, what do they think that's because of things
like who though? Because LMA gets a lot of love over here. Are we talking about getting love, or are we talking about breaking out? Because I mean, now that she's successful, people.
She gets love here now. Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. There's not really any big UK artists. I can't think of any that have like a bigger fan base over there than they do, or don't have a fan base here and only have a fan base there. I can't think of any, but it's like, why is it so? It's a bit like what's that guy? Because we're not just talking just music. What's Damson Idris? He's an actor.
I saw that.
And he was saying that like over here he was told that like recently he was told that I can't remember what he was told, but basically they were saying like, nah.
The acting scene is different though, because like the British acting scene is so white. Like all of the shows that come out are like revolving around white.
Yeah.
Like white people, white men. Yeah, like we do so many like period dramas from like the 1900s and stuff.
I saw they're doing one. I think it's called Queen Caroline or Princess Caroline or something like that, and it's Helen Mirren. And I'm like, I've seen this poster so many times because she did it for Queen Victoria. I swear, she did it for Queen Elizabeth. She's done it for Anne Boleyn. She's been like every monarch or like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's like they just put a different crown on her head and she's.
It's mad, bro. Like so many period dramas, so many like countryside like mysteries and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. But the thing is, it does like seems like there's no space for like black British actors.
Yeah.
Like black British actors definitely seem to have to go to the US
Yeah.
in order to become successful
Exactly.
because they just get typecast here.
Yeah.
As like there's only certain
But
roles
then
that
I
they can
think
play.
there's parallels with the music as well.
I know there's definitely parallels. I just think that it's not as like you could definitely become successful as a like black British music artist.
Yeah.
And you probably have less chance of doing that if you're like a black British actor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not that many black British actors, like the really successful ones who
I can't really think of any other than people that have been in Top Boy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean what's his? I cannot say the guy's name. The one who's in 12 Years a Slave. He did do a lot. He did do a lot of like
I forgot his name.
British movies as well.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Okay.
That's that guy. Yeah, that's the guy. He did a lot of British movies.
I was about to say Chuka, you know.
The politician.
Yeah.
yeah. He did do.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's like one of the only ones that I've seen that went that route. Most of them, and even him, like when he became big, is when he went to the US, right?
Idris was big here, right? Because he was in Luther before he went.
No. Idris'
Was he
first
big
thing he
here?
did was The Wire.
Was that the first thing he
It was
did?
the first thing he did.
Before Luther?
Bro, when I tell you, yeah, Luther only came out like 2011. Wire came out like
Really?
2003. There's an interview where he's like, he moved to the States and was living in like a caravan for like a number of months, just going to auditions. Because he couldn't get like work in the UK.
Yeah, no, I think it would be definitely interesting to get people's views.
But yeah, also I think that they do like typecast UK artists as well.
It's a bit like what Stormzy said in that Sons of the Skin. He's like, you man just love Blackness too much. You man love the Americans too much. Like,
That part wasn't related to that though.
but he's got a point that like people love off the American kind of thing. I think maybe it's more. Yeah, you're right. That bar's not directly related to that, but it's also like.
But I didn't understand that bar either though. To be fair,
Yeah.
I was like. I'm more in line with Giggs' response, where Giggs was like, I grew up listening. Yeah, he said I grew up listening to American. No, someone was like at Giggs. So someone, Stormzy said it, and then someone was like, at Giggs needs to hear this or something like that. Anyway, and then Giggs responded like, I mean, I grew up listening to US artists. It's not why do you like? I don't understand why I wouldn't like wanna. Yeah. So and that's kind of me as well. Like I don't see it as a problem. I don't know. I would just see like it's maybe if you don't have respect for Black British culture as well.
If you don't show any appreciation for the music we have here, then but also it's not really a problem because it's like the music you want to like listen to what you want to listen to. I think it's more that like I don't know. When I interviewed, I think it was Big Tobes at Strawberries and Cream, and he was saying that some of these American artists just don't rate, man. Like he'll do a tune with them. He'll tell them it's coming out here, blah blah blah. They'll do no promo for it, nothing. It's like, bro, why did you agree to do the tune and you're not even gonna?
Yeah, no, that's a different thing. Yeah, then you're loving off the Americans too much.
But they're not.
You let them just sun you.
It happens all the time, though. It happens all the time, and I think it's an important thing to do. Like, it'll be interesting to discuss it.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. And then also talking about UK R&B because there's so many like UK R&B singers that are coming through. Like, so we included on this. We had is it Neo or Now, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I always forget. I think it's Neo.
Neo, Cleo Soul, Sinead Hornet, Tiana Major 9, Hamza, Amalu, Etta Bond, Joy Crooks, Sam Henshaw. Like, there's so many people that like. I don't know if you can call it like an underground UK R&B scene because they're not really underground, but they're not like superstars right now.
Bro, you know, randomly, they really like playing Joy Crooks in India.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because she's from Bangladesh?
I mean, I thought about that as well, but them countries, like, two countries are not exactly like
they're not boys. Bro, I can't explain that one to you, man. Maybe her label.
Maybe. Yeah, but no, I'll be down to discuss some UK R&B.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And I guess maybe even talk about like, so, because you've got right, LMA and Georgia Smith are probably the two biggest UK R&B singers that I can think of right now. As of right now.
Yeah.
Who did we mention? Yeah, we mentioned LMA and Georgia Smith, but they're the ones because they've broken like the US market. And is it one where these artists would need to break the US market to then be big like they are? So like, does Neo need a Drake feature or something to now get?
I mean, do you think that the UK just doesn't have a fondness for R&B?
But the thing is, we love off LMA and Georgia Smith now that they blew in America and come back here.
Oh, but
So
to the same extent, or I see that I'm just confused because like wherever I've gone, or whoever I hang around with are R&B fans.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just like my circle because I also like R&B.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not like my finger's not on the pulse with this one, and that.
But I don't know because we love off like. Again, I'm talking. Obviously, I can't talk outside of like the circle that I know and stuff. But like, I just see people love off like Summer Walker, love off Bryson, Party, Tory Lanez, and all of them. And when
But those are exactly the same people that I'm talking that like Georgia Smith and LMA though.
Yeah.
So like,
that's true.
maybe those is just people that like R&B, and maybe that's not as big. Because if you look at, I don't know, UK genres, they're all a bit like faster than R&B.
That is true. Maybe that might be it. But I mean, it'll be interesting to discuss as well because like that might be it. That there's not really a market for it over here.
There's definitely a bigger market in the US.
But in general, like for any genre, there's a bigger market in the US just because it's like 10 times bigger than us.
That's true. No, that's true.
And there's more money there as well.
That's true.
But,
yeah, that is true.
But it's like.
But the US, they love off R&B is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
They're talking about their horoscopes, lighting their incense, getting their chakras aligned.
I think the rest of the thing was we did what does grime mean to you, so we got like a few people to say what it means to them, and we did a 2-page feature on Is Grime Dead? Which it was discussing a lot of things that you said at the start about how a lot of the music that's made isn't like strictly grime nowadays. So,
yeah. I mean, to me, I feel like I would probably say it all comes under grime culture.
Yeah.
Which means to me that grime can't die. But like
that's one of the points that we argue. But then I don't know because like there was a period when grime kind of did die between like I'll say like
that's actually true.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
And
but there were people still doing grime.
There were people doing grime.
Like we forget that like people were still doing it.
Everyone else defected, bro.
A lot of people defected.
Yeah.
But is it still grime music at the end of the day? Like, is Black British music synonymous with grime music then?
No. They're different.
So what falls under like, if you're talking about grime culture, what falls under grime culture from like Black British music?
Run that back again. I wasn't paying attention. Say that again.
So not all Black British music is grime. Like is
it's grime music. Yeah.
If you're talking about grime culture,
yeah.
What Black British music is not grime culture?
That's the thing. I would put. I'm speaking from like particularly like a London perspective. I would say grime culture and Black British culture are synonymous to an extent, because I'm not saying that every Black Brit listens to grime.
So if like,
but I would say that it has influenced. It's influence, like grime music's influence on like Black British music is so like far-reaching. So if you can't talk about Black British culture, if you talk about culture, you talk about like music, art, stuff like that. Like if you're talking about that part of culture, you can't like separate that from grime, because grime was so influential in like the modern Black British music scene.
But that's what I'm saying. Then. So if like Wiley makes Heatwave, yeah, is that grime culture still? So is that pop then?
That's pop. Yeah, that's pop. That's not grime pop, bro. Heatwave.
That's a banger, you know.
Yes, bangers are strong.
I rate that song.
It's alright.
A Tiny Temper Pass Out, is that grime culture?
I would say yeah for that one.
I would say yes as well, but
I would say yes for that one.
Trying to get.
And I don't know why that's different to Wiley Heatwave, because Pass Out to me is still basically a pop song.
It is a pop song,
Yeah.
but it's just more heavily. Yeah, I don't know. More heavily influenced by like the culture, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think it might also be because it was such a big moment
For black
British music, yeah. Because
I know one's been to Scunthorpe, bro. Everyone sang that bar with pride. Apart from them 10 man living in Scunthorpe, bro.
You said it was Scunthorpe.
I don't even know.
Gotta get us cancelled out.
Nah, it's all good Scunthorpe. I love you. Yeah, no, that was a big moment for black
I
British
think
music.
it's part of that as well, because I don't know how to explain it. It's a weird one. It's like it's weird. It's also like I don't know. With some of these things, it's kind of hard to articulate what I think about it. It's like I kind of need to sit down and properly think about it to come back with like what's up.
I was meant to meet someone, but like they want to be mad late. It's a Sunday, bro.
You want to be mad late? Did you say?
Mm,
Like, how late is mad late?
like 7ish.
That's not mad late.
Bro, his working life is a bit of a mess. Sorry.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yo, wait. Alright. Seeing as we don't have that much time. Bro, I just need to say that Joker is not that good of a movie. Like, you guys sold me dreams
I didn't guess
for 3 weeks.
I didn't guess it the same way some people have guessed it.
People have been gassing that movie.
Bro, I saw someone say it's the best film they've ever seen. I was like, fam.
That guy has only seen one film.
You haven't watched good films. You know what I mean? You just don't watch good films because I thought it was a little bit anticlimactic.
It's just flat. That was my thing. It's like it's fairly flat. It doesn't lift at any point. Like,
isn't that the point?
Maybe that's the point, isn't it? But that's not what I wanted to see.
Yeah. Isn't that the point that it doesn't lift until the end? Because that's when he becomes the Joker.
But even at the end, it doesn't really lift. Like, even when he...
It does lift, bro. He's dancing on top of the thing.
That's the livest moment in the thing.
Yeah, and they're playing My Way.
My Way?
Frank Sinatra. Not Fade You Up.
I was thinking,
Frank Sinatra, My Way. That's what they played.
You come back.
Is that what they played at the end? I didn't.
Oh, at the end when he's running
dancing
around the hall.
No, when
he's dancing
on top of the car. Isn't that how they wrapped up the film? I can't remember. I watched it.
I thought you were talking about the thing when he's dancing on the stairs.
That was it as well.
That's the best part of the movie to me,
Yeah.
when he's dancing on the stairs. But everything else is like, it's just flat. I remember because, you know what, I was going to watch it yesterday.
Yeah.
And like, Karim called me.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, where you on? I was like, I'm going to watch Joker, but we can link up afterwards if you're free. And then like, he goes, that's a shit movie, bro. And he goes, bro, it's so boring. I'm like,
Karim is a joke. I don't think it's that, but I thought it was good. Like, I think it wasn't what I expected, because obviously when you see Joker, you expect like a superhero kind of thing. So I was expecting a bit more action, like similar to Dark Knight or Avengers, or you'd expect to see something like that. I think it was more like a character study of the Joker.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, pre him becoming the Joker.
Definitely.
And I guess I think it was more meant to be like an intellectual kind of thing, rather than, but I still found it entertaining. I wasn't bored. But I do also think it was anticlimactic, because, like,
I don't know, I spent the whole time waiting for him to become the Joker.
it was like a gradual thing.
It was too gradual, bro. I don't care about the dude behind the Joker. Like, if you want to make a movie like that, I don't understand why firstly, a movie like that already exists, which is called Taxi Driver, which is a very similar movie. Just without.
There's definitely not another Joker movie like this, bro. We would know about it.
Yeah. And Heath Ledger is the better Joker still.
Yeah, I
Heath
agree.
Ledger is the better Joker.
But this Joker is way better than flipping
Jared Leto. Why was he like wearing grills? That's what confused me though. I was thinking, who is this Joker? Like, why is he so like?
And he was only in Suicide Squad is a terrible film. He was only in Suicide Squad for like 5 minutes. That's what.
Bro. And he was also in he was in one of the Batmans, like Batman versus Superman or that. Like he's in that for like 2 minutes or something.
Really?
I think so. I think he gets arrested or something and like.
I mean, all those films are terrible.
Yeah, all those films are crap, man. Yeah, they're making a new Batman with Robert Pattinson or what's his name?
Yeah.
The vampire guy. Yeah.
Is it the same people that directed Batman vs Superman and all that?
No.
If it's the same people, it's gonna be
No, it's different.
Fair, man.
But yeah, no, I went to see that yesterday. It wasn't that good.
I thought it was alright, man. But yeah, people have gassed it. Maybe it's because there haven't been that many good films.
Yeah, actually, what have I seen this year that I've particularly enjoyed? I don't even know.
I saw It Chapter 2, but basically, so I saw It Chapter 1 and then Chapter 2 the next day, and I liked It Chapter 1, but obviously that came out a couple years ago. It Chapter 2 is dead. Not dead, but it was not as good.
Bro, I'm not a big fan of horror movies, you know?
Neither am I. The only reason because Fiona works at Cineworld, so she gets free.
Who? Fiona?
Vienna. Fiona works at Cineworld, so she gets free movies and stuff. Like basically, after they close up at midnight on a weekday or whatever, then they like screen films for the staff.
Wait, past midnight? They're just
Yeah,
people
so
just in the cinema, just chilling with the popcorn,
No,
watching films.
So midnight is when they close, and then after midnight, then they screen.
That's sick, bro. You can watch late night films if you work in the cinema.
Yeah, so they screen it for the and they get to bring a thing, a guest. So I just roll with her, and they're like, yeah, It Chapter 2's coming out, so they're showing It Chapter 1 before. So I was like, bro, I'm sure I'll come. It wasn't too bad. Like I wasn't there like terrified or anything, like trembling in the seat or anything. Like it's a scary film, but it's not like terrifying. And there's funny bits as well, like so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I always used to hate like when girls would want to go cinema to watch horror movies.
Screaming.
I'm thinking, this is not gonna work out well for me. Like, any other thing would be better. Man's there jumping out my seat. Oh, you see that? But did that not scare you?
Oh man,
Come through, guys.
Yeah, everyone come through. Listen, tickets available online at Eventbrite. It's free, so you know you can come for that. Yeah, so it's on Saturday 6:30 at Metric, which is at Imperial's campus. And yeah, come through, man. It's gonna be a vibe. We'll include the link to the tickets. We've got really exciting panel. We've got some dope performers performing afterwards. And yeah, anything else you want to add, bro?
Nah, man. I think you covered it. I think like just come. just come through, man. Come through, guys.
Yeah, and so what should we end with? Oh, you know, we're gonna end with FBG because I flipping love this song. Thanks for listening. You've listened to 2Gs in a Pod. Catch us on all the socials on Instagram at 2Gs in a Pod, Twitter at 2Gs in a Pod _ what else? SoundCloud 2Gs in a Pod podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're gonna be on YouTube soon. Been saying that for a while, but
it's coming. It's coming.
And we're gonna leave you with FBG by Suspect.
2 G's on the belt, yeah, I'm feeling this girl, and I'm feeling myself.